Exactly. So we work it, yeah.
Was Larry?
No, no.
Hey, Carl.
Hey, Carl.
Hi, Carl. Good to see
How you
you.
doing? Change your mind, we'll come back last time.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. We don't have any. Yeah, yeah. We gotta go on this road. Yeah, we gotta go. Thanks, boy, and not
Church.
Because I gotta be in 10 different places.
Yeah. So you're gonna go at 7?
All right, well, good evening, everyone. I'd like to call tonight's meeting to order for the April 9th, 2026 City Council meeting. I'd like to welcome all of you who are here this evening, and we would like, there being no public hearing tonight, we'll go ahead and move right into the roll call. Mr. Jablonski.
Mr. McCullen? Here. Mr. Huffman? Here. Ms. Sechrist? Mr. Marshall? Here. Mr. McKelvey? Here. Mr. McBroom?
Here.
Mayor Mulder?
Here. Let the record reflect all members of council are present. I'd now like to invite those of you who are able to please stand for tonight's invocation, led tonight by Chief Chris Cummins of Columbia Fire and Rescue. And please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance, which I will lead us in. Chief?
Let's pray. Heavenly Father, I come to you in prayer, Lord, just thanking you for this time and opportunity that we can come together and conduct business as government, Lord. Father, I just ask that we conduct this business to a manner that appeals to you, I thank each ward that is represented here, Father, and for what those folks that have stepped up to represent their ward and just ask for prayers over each and every ward. Father, just go with us now through this time. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. You'll please place the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you, Chief, for that prayer. And I do also just want to, as a point of personal privilege, point out we had a chance to mention this at study session, but this past week we have lost a longtime educator in our community and public servant and friend to many of us, Eddie Hickman. And so we just wanted to once again acknowledge not just his passing, but more importantly, his life and his legacy. He was my principal and the principal of many in this room. And so we just want to give our love and prayers and support to Sheila and Sarah Elizabeth and the entire family. Okay, that will take us to section 4, the approval of agenda. We'll entertain a motion to approve tonight's agenda. It's been moved, properly made by Councilmember Marshall. Any discussion on that item? Hearing none. Mr. Jablonski.
Mr. McCullen. Mr. Huffman. Ms. Sechrist. Mr. Marshall. Mr. McKelvey. Vice Mayor McBroom. Mayor Mulder.
Aye. That item is approved. There being no items under section 5 presentations. Stay tuned. There will be one next month that was just confirmed today. That will take us to section 6, organizational business, beginning with 6.1, approve the minutes of the March 12, 2026 City Council meeting. Motion's been made and properly seconded. Item 6.1, any discussion on that matter? Hearing none, Mr. Jablonski.
Mr. McCullen. Mr. Huffman. Ms. Sechrist. Mr. Marshall. Mr. McKelvey. Vice Mayor McBroom. Mayor Mulder.
Aye. Item 6.1 is approved. Next item is 6.2, approve the retirement benefits for Elmer Riggs Jr., Fire Captain, Columbia Fire and Rescue, and presentation of retirement plaque by Mayor Mulder and members of City Council. We have a few extra in the room tonight, so I'd like to invite Junior and his colleagues at CFR and whoever else might be here to help join in this festivities, and the chief, of course, to come forward for this benefit after we approve it, and only after we approve it. So with that, I will make the motion to approve item 6.2 as presented. Second. It's been properly seconded by the vice mayor. Any discussion on that matter? Hearing none. Mr. Jablonski.
Mr. McCullen. Mr. Huffman. Ms. Sechrist. Mr. Marshall. Mr. McKelvey. Vice Mayor McBroom. Mayor Mulder.
Aye. Item 6.2 is approved. Now I would invite council to join me in the well for the presentation.
She voted no.
Come on up here and stand. Right, that'll be perfect. Come on up here and stand there.
You need to be right here. You gotta get it.
I will have to say, when I asked earlier if I could call you Junior, I got the green light of approval to call you Junior.
It's fine.
So I hope that's okay. But we'll call you Junior. We'll call you Elmer Riggs Jr. We'll call you a retiree of the city of Columbia. How about that?
Our work.
I do have this plaque here this evening. The retirement recognition presented to Elmer Riggs Jr. May 1, 2026 is the date. This award is presented in appreciation for 21 years of dedicated service. Your loyalty, friendship, and professionalism will long be remembered. City of Columbia, Mayor, and City Council. Congratulations on your retirement. All right.
Thank you.
Congratulations again, Chief. Before y'all sit down, I know, Chief, we always like to reserve the second to last remarks for you, and then you'll get the last, just so you know.
All right.
Just want to say that it's really been an honor working with Junior. We had we worked together on shift for years.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of great times we had. We saw a lot of stuff. He helped grow the department in a lot of areas, and I really appreciate that. everything you've done for the department. I wish you the best from this point forward. And at least try to get to the lake at least 4 times a week at minimum. Don't let your line dry out. And I will say this, our electronics repair and replacement program is going to see a lot more money in it because of him. He was not allowed to touch any electronics after one point because everything he touched electronic-wise got destroyed or something. So that was always a constant joke between me and him.
No.
And if he got near the river, every time a radio would go in the river. So, but that's just stuff, man. Appreciate you.
Well, I'll have to say, it seems like there's a little more to this story here. We do make sure all radios are returned before the last paycheck comes to you. So you might want to go on a search and rescue mission for
He
those.
did drag the river.
Yes.
He did drag the river.
Junior, would you like to say anything? You don't have to, but you have the floor.
No, it's been a privilege, and the job was wonderful. I loved it. I think I took when he promoted up. Drove downtown for years. I spent 15 years downtown before I went to Station 4. And I don't think I could have done it without, where'd she go? My wife. and Chris and everybody to help me out. And all these guys back there. Thank you.
And Junior, thank you. Let's give it up for Junior again. Yeah, we got.
No. What I want to say, after he's done retired, been bad for council, turned it down, wouldn't it?
I
That's right.
know, I was
That's
back there
right.
having my fingers crossed.
It was unanimous.
One of them took and voted no. She was sitting in the back.
We don't go there. Thank you, Junior.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
Thank you, Public Fire and Rescue. We always like to see y'all here. All right, that takes us to item 6.3, approve the mayor's appointment of Catherine York to the City of Columbia Historic Zoning Commission for a 5-year term beginning April 9, 2026 and expiring April 9, 2031. Motion's been made, properly seconded. Any discussion on item 6.3? Hearing none, Mr. Jablonski.
Mr. McCullen, Mr. Huffman, Ms. Sechrist, Mr. Marshall, Mr. McKelvey, Vice Mayor McBroom, Mayor Mulder.
Aye, item 6.3 is approved. Next, section 7, consent agenda. These are items that are deemed non-controversial and requiring no additional debate. I will read on them collectively, and we will vote on them collectively unless any member of council wishes to remove any of the items. Beginning with 7.1, approve disbursements for the month of February 2026 in the amount of $8,642,801.90. Item 7.2, approve and authorize the City of Columbia to remove the rider for Blue Cross Blue Shield Vision and add a separate vision plan with Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee effective July 1, 2026. Item 7.3, approve and authorize the mayor to sign the non-exclusive use and occupancy permit between the City of Columbia and the Smyrna Adult Softball League for their 2026 season. Item 7.4, approve bid award to BAM2 Inc. for construction of the Royal Oaks Sewage Pump Station replacement in the amount of $948,803. Item 7.5, approve and authorize the city to add Teladoc Health Services for active BS or BCBS of Tennessee members. Item 7.6, approve and authorize the mayor to sign the contract between the City of Columbia and J.R. Walford and Company Consulting Engineers, Inc. for the engineering of the Pumpkin Creek sewer shed improvements in the amount of $550,000. Item 7.7, approve payment in the amount of $151,596 to Waypoint Business Solutions for the annual renewal of Microsoft Office 365 and related services. Item 7.8, approve and authorize the mayor to sign a contract between the City of Columbia and AirDNA in the amount of $5,500 for a license for monthly lodging performance data reporting. Item 7.9, approve and authorize the sole source purchase of a 2025 Armored Pointer SWAT van from Alpine Armoring in the amount of $259,200. Item 7.10, approve and authorize the sole source purchase of 70 Axon Taser 10 conducted energy weapons in the amount of $349,986. And item number 7.11, approve and authorize the purchase of a burn box and certification training from Air Burners in the amount of $213,862.53, utilizing GSA contract number 47Q. 20 -DO04T. That is the consent agenda, items 7.1 through 7:11. It's been moved and properly seconded to approve the consent agenda. Any discussion on the consent agenda? Hearing none. Mr. Jablonski.
Mr. McCollum, Mr. Huffman, Ms. Seacrest, Mr. Marshall, Mr. McKelvey, Vice Mayor McBroom, Mayor Mulder.
Aye. Those items are approved. The consent agenda itself is approved. Next, Section 8, Administration. Item 8.1, request from Columbia Power and Water System to waive fees associated with the new water treatment plant for the long-term water supply project. Been moved and properly seconded, that item 8.1. Any discussion on that item? Hearing none. Mr. Jablonski.
Mr. McCollum, Mr. Huffman, Ms. Seacrest, Mr. Marshall, Mr. McKelvey, Vice Mayor McBroom, Mayor Mulder.
Aye, that item is approved. Next, Section 9, Resolutions. Item 9.1, Resolution Number 2629, a resolution authorizing and providing for the issuance and sale of water system revenue indebtedness, providing for the collection and disposition of revenues from the water system of the City of Columbia, Tennessee, making provision for the operation of said system, and authorizing the retirement of the city's outstanding water system revenue refunding bonds, Series 2021. Motion's been made and properly seconded. Just so we're all clear on this, the agenda pertaining to these items for the water system is item 9.1, 9.2, and 9.3, and 9.4.
Yes, sir.
So all items are same subject matter, but requiring different forms of approval. All right. So we're back on 9.1, which is the issuance.
I've got a question, if you don't mind.
Councilmember?
All right. If, I understand if they get the money, they're gonna pay this loans off. Is that right?
Why don't we have Mr. Harden or Ms. Maddox to maybe answer that? Mr. Massey?
Yes.
Mr. Huffman, which ones? So right now we have,
Well, it's what you got on 9.1 resolution, 26-29.
so to get the WIFIA money, we will not turn around and pay off. Are you talking about the revenue anticipation notes? Is that the loans you were talking about paying off immediately?
Well, I mean, what I understand when y'all come up here and talk to us about this, you said y'all owe quite a bit of money right now. You understand that? I mean, but if y'all, I understood if y'all got the money, if you got the money, you was gonna pay those loans off and you just have one loan. Is that true? Or, well, you're gonna have several, but you're gonna have USDA money, you're gonna have state, and you're gonna have a personal bond money.
So right now we have $3.9 million in revenue bonds from 2014 outstanding. Those will be paid off immediately once all this goes through. We also have $22 million in those revenue anticipation notes outstanding that we can draw up to $70 million. We're going to keep those outstanding and continue to draw on those before we touch this WIFIA money. For one, there are other things that we want to continue. We want that gross max price to come in from our contractor. We want to get assurance with SRF. So we're just going to continue to use that money until I'd say August or September would be the first time we would even think to use the WIFIA money.
Okay,
Does
but,
that answer your question? I'm sorry.
all right. My question is, you've got to get it all before you do anything. Is that true? You got to get state money, WIFIA money, and personal bond money.
We either have to we will have assurance of all before we start down the road of the entire project.
All right.
Yes.
What if you don't get this money? What's going to happen to this?
The WIFIA money?
No, this right here is what you asking for, the money to pay this off with.
The money today is the WIFIA, so that is
Okay.
the federal money.
But y'all hadn't got that yet.
No, sir, we don't have that
Okay.
yet. The only money we have gotten from council is that revenue anticipation note up to $70 million that we've used 22 of.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So, Ms. Maddox, did I hear you correctly in saying that the current indebtedness is the outstanding WIFIA loan balance? Is that a WIFIA loan or where is that
We
indebtedness?
have, the 3.9 is from bonds that we took out years ago.
From 2014 bonds.
And
that's
then we have about 22 million out of the 70 that we could pull of revenue anticipation notes that you guys approved in, I think, November of 20, it was initially in 23, and then we extended it in November to be due in 27. So my years are off because I'm still working in a different year.
Since you're up here, do you
Yes,
mind just real quick? I mean, it's slightly confusing to know exactly which item of the agenda this pertains to. And since, even though we're only on item 9.1,
sure.
it might be helpful to know which is which before.
And it may be best if I could get Jeff Oldham, the attorney, because as far as the wording of how things, he's probably better fit to answer that
Mr. Oldham, if
question.
you could come forward, please.
Welcome back, Mr. Oldham. It doesn't have to be.
Sure,
just
no.
quick.
So that was very good. Solutions. This first one doesn't authorize any debt on its own. It sets the terms of all debt that will be issued, water debt that will be issued. So this is just setting the table. The next resolution would take the $70 million, $22 million of which has been drawn on, the $70 million of revenue anticipation notes, and sort of bring them up and put them on the table. Senior lien bond resolution would put them on the table, and they would be the first item of debt under that master resolution. So, and now I'm going through these resolutions, I'm sorry. So when you get to the second one, you still haven't incurred any new debt. You've just taken your outstanding debt and put it on the senior lien table, if you will. I'm going to keep using that analogy. The third and fourth resolution together authorize the WIFIA loan. So that money hasn't been borrowed yet. We've not signed the loan documents yet. You've not signed the loan documents yet. But if that got approved and if that loan got executed, that would be the next loan under that master bond resolution, item number 1, that's in front of you. So the first one sets the table. The second one takes the $70 million of debt you already have outstanding, brings it up on, puts it on the table under that resolution. The third and fourth resolutions authorize WIFIA also under that master resolution. That's what's going on. Good question. Happy to answer any questions you have about that.
Are we required to, I assume it's in the financial best interest of CPWS to pay off that debt. It may even be a requirement to incur this new debt.
So the what is it, roughly $3 million of,
It will be paid off.
yeah.
Right,
it
but I
has to be-
mean,
and
in
the
some
re-
cases, it makes better sense to keep your interest rate and.
The reason is that resolution, the revenue resolution that authorized that debt is not flexible enough to allow for the overall finance plan that's sort of in front of you for a long-term water supply project. And so you can't just amend that resolution. And the only way to get to a new clean resolution that does provide the flexibility is to discharge that old debt. And you know, you don't want to do that. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not my job to speak to finances. That's a relatively small number in order to provide the flexibility that you really need.
And I know the vice mayor has a question. Let me ask just one more question. Now that you said you're good, I've forgotten what I was going to say. Oh, I think this is to me the most important. I mean, obviously, you know, having voted against the project, I feel that I cannot vote for these resolutions, even though I understand that the project has been approved and these resolutions are likely to be approved. But I just, as I've said from the beginning, I just think it's the right project at the wrong time from an economic standpoint. With that said, Jeff, Mr. Oldham, can you confirm that if we do get outside revenues that come in from the state after the state, through part of their Duck River Regional Partnership Committee, provides the formal opinion that this is indeed the best project for a regional solution to the water capacity issues, then if we get that funding from the state or even from the federal government, then that reduces the amount of indebtedness that has to occur, correct? And then in addition to that, it would reduce the necessity for what would be otherwise a higher rate increase if we did not get those funding mechanisms. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So we still have an opportunity, even with the project being approved and moving forward, and even with this debt or with this indebtedness being approved by this council, assuming that it does get approved, to reduce that burden on the ratepayers if our state and federal partners will participate. Okay. All right. Did you have a question, Vice Mayor? Any other questions?
Yeah, I've got a couple of questions. On the amortization study, the top of the page, it says long-term water supply. How long is this supposed to be?
The project or the debt?
How long is the water gonna last with $520-something million? How many years is that gonna last?
It's going to be a project of peak use and growth approvals.
Well, I mean, like 15 years, 20 years?
It's an additional 12 million gallons a day of water, and for it to be for instance, 40-year water supply, we couldn't increase more than 300,000 gallons a day. So that's going to be a product of working with the city on how we allot the water on a yearly basis, on an every 5-year basis.
So what y'all telling us is that you could run out of water before this debt's ever paid for, where you're in the same shape you are now.
If we had a large industry dropped here that was a huge water consumer, that would be a problem. Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. Got one more question down here. On the bottom of your amortization study, it says ongoing updates will need to be performed to monitor and project 20% annual increases to determine the rate adjustment beyond 2031. So 20% may not be enough. It'll have to go up to 50%.
From the way the model, so a project this size, it's very hard for us to predict what's going to happen in the next 10 to 20 years in the city of Columbia. If we'd have tried to do that 10 or 20 years ago, we couldn't have. So you typically run a model in the short term. With everything we know today, we know that these 20% increases for those 5 years, and then doing around a 3% just for cost of living, just for a simple cost of living adjustment each year, which is honestly probably what we should have been doing all along, that would have that will still carry us through. Now, a number of things can happen that affect that. So I don't want to stand here today and be like, oh, nope, no more. You just can't. But a lot of things to the other side could happen that can make this better too, that can make those increases go down. But yes, with this kind of debt on our books, this will be a continuous year over year, constant redoing studies, reworking numbers. We will be on top of this for the rest of my career.
Your amortization study is it's all a projection. So it could be millions of dollars more than y'all's prediction.
Typically,
I've talked to a guy today who's 83 years old. That's all he done was what y'all doing right now. And he said most projections come in over 40 to 50% more. That's the way it's been over his lifetime.
when you lock in terms of a loan, they're locked in.
But
So an amortization schedule should stay the exact same of the terms that are locked in, unless you are on a flexible rate, which these are not.
I don't have anything else. Thank you.
Mr. Harden, I have one question for you, just thinking about this. Thank you, Ms. Maddox, for those numbers. You're on the Duck River Regional Partnership, you're one of the governor's appointees for our region.
Yes, sir.
Have there been any conversations about the Tennessee River, generally speaking, being a potential long-term solution? And is it the case that this new water line that's being installed as a part of this new intake could be in any way a phase one of what could be a water source from the Tennessee River that could bring back this way? Is it being engineered and designed to where that could be a possibility in the future?
Yes, sir, it is. Those discussions have occurred that you've mentioned. Yes, sir.
At the level of the Duck River Regional Partnership?
With the governor's partnership, it's been discussed how we would vet other pipelines, other water sources. Tennessee's one of them. Yes, sir.
Well, to me, I mean, it seems like if Columbia Power and Water System, that is taking the lead on a project of this nature, it has really a good position point to be an advocate for the Tennessee River being a potential source for us long term. That not only would reduce what we would need to take out of the Duck River, but I mean, perhaps in a significant way. And if the state's looking for a true regional solution, perhaps one could say that this project is phase one, and phase two would be the connectivity to the Tennessee River, in which multiple entities could pay towards the project. Look, I only have 9 months left in this job, so I won't be here to be arguing or advocating for that. But I hope that, Jonathan, I know you've been a good representative for our region on that governor's partnership, and I look forward to the written report that comes out of that. But hopefully you'll be an advocate for that in the months and years ahead. Councilor McKelvey.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. So what we're really voting on tonight is we're setting the ceiling for the loan amount or the rate amount.
Yes, so the reason we're here tonight, so we want to go ahead and get these terms locked in.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of there for a while, you saw interest rates going down, which is great for all of us. With everything kind of the shape of the world right now, things could potentially halt or potentially even go back up. So tonight, you're essentially locking in that ceiling. We're not drawing the money. We're not getting the money. This will not be debt on our books yet. So this is a reimbursement type loan. So we have to actually send in invoices and all the backup to actually get that money back. So tonight, if you approve it, then it will approve us to go out for this money at this interest rate that we can lock in once we get with the federal government. Then August, September, once things are starting to move along, we've got 100% surety on everything else. Our first draw would be submitting, really, we've already got invoices we could submit today, but we're not. We're going to use that revenue anticipation note. Its interest rate's lower. It gives us flexibility until we have to use the WIFIA funding. Once August, September gets here, if those rates are lower, we'll go ahead and refinance one last time. We can do it once before our first draw to get a lower interest rate. At that point, we would do so and then get our first reimbursement. If the rate's higher, we won't refinance and we'll keep the rate that we get today.
So make an analogy of, say I'm buying my first house.
Yes.
And I have to go to the bank and get a letter of intent in order to pay for the house, right?
Yes.
And we've kind of done that. We're kind of doing that now. But then that also locks in your rate, wherever your rate's going to be, and it can't go up after that. It can only go down. So that's essentially what we're doing now. In kind of a roundabout way.
Yes. Without the attorney.
Without
100% approving that.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
To me, that's exactly what it is.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I keep on having council members that are asking good questions that makes me think of another question. So I do apologize, but I have one more question. So I don't want to get ahead of our skis here on this potential partnership on an even longer term solution regarding the Tennessee River. But I do appreciate and like the fact that those conversations are being had. I mean, even though tonight I'm going to vote consistent with the underlying project, I mean, if this is approved, I think that perhaps some type of correspondence to that partnership, letting them know, informing them. I mean, Jonathan, I'm sure you've probably relaying this information, but maybe on a more formal basis, maybe even to the governor, copied to the chairman of the committee and committee members, let them know what CPWS is doing and how you think this is a part of a regional solution. And then talk about how, phase two could be the Tennessee River. And I think that could be a way to entice funds to come to the project on a more expedited level if we sort of act in a proactive manner about it. So, I would just love to be able to let them know that on the record. And I mean, we think the governor is aware of what our activities are, but maybe we should make sure that he's aware.
That's an excellent point, Mayor. I'll make sure we convey that.
Thank you.
One more thing. With this money, and if we get the SRF money and bonds and all that, we can apply for grants, federal grants or state grants, wherever it can be. We can apply for that. And that too will decrease the amount that ratepayers would have to pay over time. Is that correct? Okay, thank you.
I don't have any more questions, but I did overlook a name that signed up to speak. So, Mr. Hart and Ms. Maddox, thank you. If we have no other questions, we'll call you back, but that takes care of it for me. Anybody else? Hearing none. Mr. Prevetti, I see you at the bottom of the list, but you're on the list for item 9.1, 9.2, 9.3, and 9.4.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Vice Mayor. Thank you, City Council. I put it at the bottom in case, I'm actually surprised that there's not more people here tonight. You know, this is just, in essence, part of a continuation. By the way, my name is Eric Privetti. I live at 101 Casey Valley Drive, Columbia, Tennessee. I currently serve as Commissioner for the 2nd District for Murray County. Thank you for allowing me to speak. This is sort of a continuation of previous discussions and previous votes. When the City Council voted to allow the rate increases, they did not listen to the voters, and so those wishes of the voters were denied on that. I'm here tonight to ask you to put pause to this, and let's wait and see what the governor's report says. Last time when Mr. Huffman made the motion to postpone, if you had really believed that this was the right project for the wrong time, you would have seconded his motion and at least got a discussion on it. And I was hoping that a motion would come to postpone again tonight, and that, you know, it would get seconded for a discussion. Postpone it. Let's see what the governor's office brings, what that committee brings about the Tennessee River. Let's take pause before we do this. Let's know all the facts. All the land hasn't been acquired for the project. There's just ongoing things that are being uncovered and talked about. And I just some of this, you know, well, I'm not going to go there, but it's just, I believe that if some of you that were against this really believe that, you would have seconded the motion to postpone when it happened last time, and hopefully a motion to postpone will happen here tonight as well, and at least it will get an honest discussion. And I hope that we can hear what the governor's office has to say. Thank y'all.
All right, we're back on the motion that has been presented along with the proper second. Mr. McKelvey, Councilor McKelvey has a question for Ms. Maddox.
Ms. Maddox.
Mr. Massey?
Ms. Maddox, if you come back forward, please.
And Mr. Wheeler also. Everybody up there. So any type of delay on this loan, the rates could go up and be even more, could they not? So-
Potentially, they could go up or down. I mean,
Yeah, so we're setting a ceiling to where they can't go up again anymore.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
All right, back on the motion. Any other questions? Hearing none. Any other discussion? Any member of council? We're on 9.1, which has been moved and properly seconded. Hearing no further discussion. Mr. Jablonski.
Mr. McCollum. Mr. Huffman.
No.
Ms. Seacrest. Mr. Marshall. Mr. McKelvey. Ms. Vice Mayor McBroom. Mayor Mulder.
No. Item 9.1 is approved. Next item, 9.2, Resolution 2630. First resolution supplementing and amending the city's master water bond resolution to identify the city's outstanding water system revenue anticipation notes, Series 2023 and 2025, as series of debt obligations thereunder. Mr. Privetti, you signed up to speak on item 9.2. I'm going to call you up first this time, Mr. Privetti, since I didn't pass your name.
I didn't mean to put 5. I'm sorry. I meant 9.9 on the resolution. That's my fault, Mr. Mayor. I apologize. It was 1 on the tax relief. That's all. That was my fault. I did not mean to put 5.
Oh, 9.2.
9.2.
Well, I'm just the same comment.
All right.
Okay, yeah, the same comment.
So you've signed up to speak on 9.1, 9.2, 9.3, 9.4.
Ditto.
All right. You didn't sign up to speak on.
Yeah, so we're good.
You know what? I'm willing to trade you. You can speak on that one when we get to it. Just remind me.
Yes, sir.
So we're on 9.2. That's the only public comment that we had signed up. Motion's been made by Councilmember McKelvey, seconded by Councilmember Marshall. Any discussion on item 9.2? Hearing none, Mr. Jablonski.
Mr. McCollum. Mr. Huffman. No. Ms. Seacrest. Mr. Marshall. Mr. McKelvey. Vice Mayor McBroom. Mayor Mulder.
No. Item 9.2 is approved. Next, item 9.3, Resolution 2631, initial resolution authorizing and providing for the issuance and sale of water system revenue bonds of the city of Columbia, Tennessee.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion's been moved and properly seconded, that being item 9.3. Any discussion on item 9.3? Hearing none, Mr. Jablonski.
Mr. McCollum. Mr. Huffman. No. Ms. Seacrest. Mr. Marshall. Mr. McKelvey. Vice Mayor McBroom. Mayor Mulder.
No. 9.3 is approved. Next item, 9.4, resolution number 2632, a resolution supplementing and amending the city's master water bond resolution authorizes the execution, terms, and delivery of a loan agreement by and between the city and the United States Environmental Protection Agency, acting by and through the administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency, providing for the financing of certain water system projects owned by or leased to and operated by the city, and to authorize the execution, terms, issuance, sale, and payment of one or more water revenue bonds in connection with and as evidence of said loan agreement. Motion's been made, 9.4, properly seconded. Any discussion? Mr. Jablonski.
Mr. McCollum. Mr. Huffman. Ms. Seacrest. Mr. Marshall. Mr. McKelvey. Vice Mayor McBroom. Mayor Mulder.
No. Item 9.4 is approved. Next item, 9.5, Resolution 2623, a resolution to accept the public streets and drainage improvements serving Arlington Heights subdivision Phase 1, Section 2, and Phase 2, Section 2 for ownership and maintenance. It's been moved. Properly seconded. Any discussion on item 9.5? Hearing none. Mr. Jablonski.
Mr. McCollum. Mr. Huffman. Ms. Seacrest. Mr. Marshall. Mr. McKelvey. Vice Mayor McBroom. Mayor Mulder.
Aye, that item is approved. Next item, 9.6, resolution number 2624, tax corrections. It's been moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Jablonski.
Mr. McCollum. Mr. Huffman. Ms. Seacrest. Mr. Marshall. Mr. McKelvey. Vice Mayor McBroom. Mayor Mulder.
That item is approved. Next item, resolution number 2625, item 9.7, a resolution to accept the ownership and maintenance of sewer improvements serving Summit at Carter Station West Phase 4. It's been moved and properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Jablonski.
Mr. McCollum. Mr. Huffman. Ms. Seacrest. Mr. Marshall. Mr. McKelvey. Vice Mayor McBroom. Mayor Mulder.
That item is approved. Next item is 9.8, a resolution number 2626 to repeal resolution 1949 and replace with the resolution to authorize the city of Columbia to adopt the updated Murray County Basic Emergency Operations Plan. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Jablonski.
Mr. McCollum. Mr. Huffman. Ms. Seacrest. Mr. Marshall. Mr. McKelvey. Vice Mayor McBroom. Mayor Mulder.
Aye, that item is approved. Next item, 9.9, resolution 2627, a resolution to establish the maximum amount of $75 for the 2026 City of Columbia property tax relief for the elderly low-income homeowners. Mr. Jablonski, last week I just mentioned if you could give a little bit of a blurb on this so that we know and we can communicate this out, and also for those who may be watching online and otherwise.
All right, thank you, Mayor, members of council. Property tax relief is a state-funded program that is administered in part by the state and in partnership with the City of Columbia City Recorder's Office. Our office processes applications each year. In fact, we processed 602 applications during the last tax year. And in addition to those 602 existing participants of the program, 71 of those were new applicants. The relief amount, the goal of the program is to provide tax relief for low-income and disabled homeowners. And there are additional provisions as a part of the program for disabled veterans and their surviving spouses. The relief amount is set by the state each year, and the state releases that criteria around August or at the start of September in advance of the end of the tax year, and about a month before the bills go out. Applicants can apply in the City Recorder's Office, and we're glad to answer questions. Anybody has those, they can stop by our office, give us a call.
What is the peak time that you would have people apply for this? Would it be around the time that taxes are due for the city in December?
December, January, that's when we see the most activity.
So a time to maybe promote this would be maybe October, November, or
we have more information by then about what the means test looks like for that coming.
Because I know the state puts some emphasis in promoting it, but it seems like, I mean, with the good work that Hannah does, we could probably put some information out there.
We could.
Okay.
I think it's a good idea.
All right. Vice Mayor? Thank you, Thad, for that overview.
To really simplify it, if their tax bill is $1,000 they're low income, disabled, their bill could actually be $75.
You get $75
Off. All right.
back.
Okay.
And once you're established, once you become established with the program,
Relief.
you
All right.
get that each year directly
Okay.
from the state.
Thank you.
That amount is dictated by the state, though.
That is correct.
Do we contribute towards that?
We do not.
W-
We for new participants, we do cover that cost for certain new participants under some circumstances, and we're then reimbursed under those limited. But that's, this is entirely funded by the state of Tennessee. So the assistance that the city provides is in administration, time and resources.
Which is of value, for sure. Would be interested for future budget conversations, if any other cities around the state provide any type of contribution, match or otherwise, to that program. All right, any other questions? Mr. Pavetti, you want to speak on this matter?
I did. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for allowing that. Eric Pavetti, District 2, Ward 4, actually, District 2 County Commissioner. The county has a similar program, and we do a match after the state puts in their part. I just want to applaud the city for doing this. The elderly and the low income and the disabled veterans need all the help they can get, especially in lieu of the water increases they're paying. They need all the help they can get. But definitely, I applaud the city doing this program. And I don't know if I'm allowed to ask a question or not, but is this a match based on what the city does, or this happens after what the state does, rather? Or I don't know, is that how y'all's program works?
No, this is not a match. This is the state providing.
This is the state, so the city doesn't provide funds at all then? Okay. Well, see, the county does, at the county level, we do have a match to portion after the state does their part. And we set that comes out of Doug Laconan's office. But maybe the city can, consider, like you said, asking other cities if they do matches or anything like that, anything to help those that have less than we do. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right. Any other questions on that? We're back on the motion. Let me clarify. Are we back on the motion, or has the motion been made
A
yet?
motion has not been.
Okay, so my bad. I'm sorry, Vice Mayor. The motion's been made by the Vice Mayor to approve. It's been properly seconded by Councilmember McKelvey. Any further discussion on item 9.9? Hearing none, Mr. Jablonski.
Mr. McCullen, Mr. Huffman, Ms. Sechrist, Mr. Marshall, Mr. McKelvey, Vice Mayor McBroom, Mayor Mulder.
Aye, that item is approved. Next item, 9.10, resolution number 2628, a resolution authorizing Main Street Murray as the official local newspaper for the city of Columbia. It's been moved and properly seconded. Any discussion on that matter? Hearing none, Mr. Jablonski.
Mr. McCullen, Mr. Huffman, Ms. Sechrist, Mr. Marshall, Mr. McKelvey, Vice Mayor McBroom, Mayor Mulder.
Aye. That item is approved. Next in section is 10 ordinances. Item 10.1, second consideration of ordinance 4583 and ordinance to amend ordinance 4400, the same being the zoning ordinance of the city of Columbia, Tennessee, by approving the preliminary planned unit development master plan for Lot 8A of the Beechcroft Plaza PUD off of Cayer Lane and Nashville Highway at tax map 42, parcel 14.05. Motion's been made and properly seconded. So now we're up for discussion. Thank you, Vice Mayor.
This is another example of our new ordinance working. I know it does takes a little bit of time, some hard work by everybody, but this actually is improving the area. It's a good looking building.
All right. Thank you, Vice Mayor. I think out of an abundance of caution, I'm going to abstain on this vote, just as a matter for the record.
All right.
Any
more discussion? I see none. Vote, please.
Mr. McCullen, Mr. Huffman, Ms. Sechrist, Mr. Marshall, Mr. McKelvey, Vice Mayor McBroom,
Aye.
Mayor Mulder.
abstain?
Back to you.
I do apologize. And Mr. City Attorney, I don't know if an abstention or a recusal requires to hand it off. Either way, just let the record reflect I did not participate in that discussion. There was no discussion. The Vice Mayor handled the calling of the vote. And I abstained out of abundance of caution anyway, but just so the record's clear on that. Thank you. That takes us to 10.2, second consideration of ordinance 4584 to terminate an electric power easement located on tax map 51 parcel 5807 at Honey Farm Way and US 31 Nashville Highway, and to authorize the mayor to execute any related documents. Motion's been made. Properly seconded. Any discussion on item 10.2? See that we did have one individual sign up to speak. If had any questions, if anybody has any questions, the applicant is here. That may have been on 10.1 actually. So if so, disregard. But we're on 10.2. All right, we will take the vote.
Mr. McCollum. Mr. Huffman. Ms. Sechrist. Mr. Marshall. Mr. McKelvey. Vice Mayor McBroom. Mayor Mulder.
Aye. Item 10.2 is approved. That takes us to other business, so we don't have a reason to go to executive session. Does any member of council wish to be heard under business? Just a couple things. I don't think we've had a formal council meeting since the Mid-State Classic. Maybe we've been together in the study session, but not formally. So I did want to say to all who may be listening, thank you to yet another successful event. I think the Lady Vols have some potential to go deep this year, and so we'll be able to say that they played in Columbia. Mule Day coming up, obviously, it's a big weekend. I was out at Murray County Park this morning at 6 a.m. talking to News Channel 2, and I told them what I told Mr. Massey earlier, but I don't know that there's ever a better time to serve your community than during your community's Mule Day weekend type of festivity. So it's real fun to be able to get out and see all of the visitors. It's a huge impact on our tourism industry that I want to compliment the City of Columbia and Murray County's Convention Visitors Bureau. I think they're both doing very well to promote our community of one that we are, and want to thank all of our law enforcement, first responders, public works. I've already mentioned tourism. I know MIS and parks and wastewater are in there somewhere too. And now I've left one out, not to leave out HR and planning development services, but it's truly a team event. It's sort of like the inclement weather situation. Public works, y'all really have such a good sort of plan of operations for that in terms of treating the roads and clearing the roads. And here, Mule Day is yet another event where all of our city departments really just know what they're doing. They've got it down pat. There's always, some outliers that may occur, but we take it for granted how good of a job our law enforcement and first responder community takes good care of us that weekend. Not just us, but our visitors too. And so I just wanted to say thank you for that. Vice Mayor?
Well, before we get away, let's talk about last First Friday. Huge success. Positive feedback on the way it was set up. Kelly Murphy and Kelly Johnson have done a great job on it. It had to be almost a record crowd. The weather was nice. And let's compliment Public Works. The barriers look great. A whole lot nicer than the trucks up there. People were complimenting new barriers. So First Friday was a big success. A lot of people were happy, and that's what we need. More happiness. Thank y'all.
For the record, I like the trucks, but I think the barriers may be a more efficient way of doing it, but there's something about seeing a nice, big, shiny Public Works truck just right in front of the local courthouse that makes me smile every time I drive by. But the barriers are nice. You're right, Vice Mayor, and I'm sorry for leaving out Main Street on the kudos because it was a good event. And Kelly Johnson does a great job of all things Main Street, and she has a big year planned. I love the paint a recycling bin concept. I haven't seen how it looks after Friday, this first one, but I think there are multiple that will be coming forth. So that's been a real fun thing to watch. But kudos to her and her department and all things. Anybody else wish to be heard? Councilmember Huffman, give you the last word.
County Commissioners for being here. You got several here tonight. Thank y'all for coming out to the city council meeting.
All right.
Quick update on the courthouse renovation.
You know what? We read it on Facebook. Keep the alerts coming. We do appreciate that the county is investing in that building and ensure that the building's long-term vitality remains. But we're following very closely, and we appreciate the work. All right. In that case, Mr. McCullen?
Yes, I don't want to hold everybody up, but
You got the floor, you got the last
I
word.
wanted to say something about Maggie Reagan. He impressed me on television. And I do wonder, what are you going to do about all those ball things that fell down? And, I just want to know what you're doing. How it's coming.
Excellent.
All right, then.
Bigger year than we've ever had.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mayor.
Mac Reagan has the last word of the evening. All right. We'll take a motion to adjourn. Councilmember Huffman's made the motion. Councilmember Marshall's seconded. Any discussion? Mr. Jablonski.
Mr. McCullen. Mr. Huffman. Ms. Sechrist. Mr. Marshall. Mr. McKelvey. Vice